All right, guys, today we need to talk about the CS2 case market because things are going absolutely insane once again. I know throughout most of 2025 so far, it seems like every couple of weeks cases are going insane, and hey, that's happening again. And this is great news if you do own cases like me, or if you have some money in them, or if you've invested in them at any really point in Counter-Strike 2, you're making big gains. But one of the cases I want to talk about most in this video today is this one right here, the CS20 case, which historically I was, didn't really have as one of my top picks. Wasn't really one that I was focused on or anything like that. But now this case is making me look silly because it's proving me wrong in a big way. We're going to be talking about that and much more in this video today. But of course, first, I just want to mention my cash trading business. If you guys are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, turn them into cold hard cash, crypto, or any other payment method, hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below. We also have Discord link down there where you can message me as well. Another good, fine way to get in contact with me. I do like to buy, anything and everything for the right price, but of course, we prefer to get the big deals done. So if you guys have any expensive skins, knives, gloves, bolt cases, maybe you want to sell your entire inventory, whatever, hit me up. We can probably get something done. Also, if you sell to me, you're helping support me, my channel, my content, so we can do more cool videos like this one. That being said, let's get right into this video today. So the CS20 case. When I was looking at the graphs, I was on Steam kind of clicking around. Some people were messaging me, commenting on my YouTube videos and stuff, saying how, crazy that the CS20 case was going. So I wanted to look into this, and look, I mean, this is like in the past day, this thing went from $1.70 to $2. And again, that $2 price point is like a pretty big and pretty significant psychological barrier. Like first you have to get cases to the dollar price point, and then the next kind of big jump is that $2 price point. And then after $2, they can be anywhere in that like $3, $4, $5 price range. I feel like, you have like the really cheap cases, you have like the cheap cases, then you start to get that medium tier of cases. And the CS20 case is starting to mature, getting closer and closer to that medium tier of cases with, you have like your Spectrums, your Gammas, your Chroma cases, stuff like that. Once you start breaking that $2 price point, getting up into those, you kind of get into a different class. But again, for the longest time, CS20 case, it wasn't a case that I said was bad. It wasn't a case that was like, oh, it's a horrible investment, you're going to lose money, nothing like that. No, I think all cases are generally good investments. And I think really, if you put money in any case in CS2, you're going to make money in the long term. It might take months, years, whatever, but I don't think there's a single case where you're going to lose money on it. The fundamentals, the math, the numbers just all makes way too much sense. But the CS20 case was a case where I was like, hey, this isn't one that I'm buying into. Now, currently at this time, I actually did end up buying some of these within the past couple of months. I think I bought 500 of them. So I don't have an insane amount of money in the CS20 case, but, I do obviously have maybe like $1,000 overall in CS20 cases. If they're worth $2 times 500, it's like 1,000. So it's not nothing. Hey, I got them a lot cheaper than they are right now because, hey, if we look at the past 6 months, this case is up 189%. So if I got these 2 or 3 months ago, I'm probably doing pretty well in them. So that's been nice. But this is not a case that I loaded up on. This is not a case that I was going crazy on. And for a couple different reasons. One, the CS20 case, the skins aren't that crazy. I actually do like the Op Wildfire, so it has one pretty nice red, but it's not an insane red. It's not a red that has like a ton of demand or anything like that. Other than that, the other red, the FAMAS commemoration, not that cool. The pinks are really not that cool. There's no really pink that I would be excited about getting. Not really any other interesting or significant skins in it. And then the knives is all classic knives. And I was just thinking, why would I want to be investing in a case that's just classic knives? Classic knives are not the worst knife in the game by any means, but they're not a knife that's like super desirable. But really, when you start to look at these prices, there's actually some decent classic knife. Classic knife Fade has a decent price point. Slaughter's decent. Case Hardened is okay. The classic knife in Vanilla is okay. There's some trash ones you can get for sure. Like you get like a Safari Mesh or a Urban Mass or Boreal Forest, you're pretty pissed. But the classic knife is just kind of mid overall. Maybe I was underrating it a little bit, but also the fact that I do believe this is the only case that you can get these knives from, that is pretty significant because again, all these items we're seeing as the CS2 player base is growing, all these items, the floor of them is increasing. And if this is the only case that you can get these knives from, that's actually a very good thing for these cases. So if anyone wants to, get these classic knives, they're going to have to come from this case. That's also going to make these knives pretty rare. It's going to help their price increase. And as their price increases, the case is going to increase. So there's actually some okay fundamentals by, being a case with a unique gold inside of it. That is a pretty good thing, even if it's not the most desirable gold in the world. Now, The other thing I didn't necessarily love about the CS20 case, and something that was kind of keeping me away from it, was the unboxing numbers. 234,000 in the past month, and typically, I was covering up a little bit there, sorry, we have here, let me show you guys, 234,000 in the past month, and hey, it's not bad, 234,000 cases unboxed in the past month, still good, but when you compare it to the cases that are around it and at a similar price point, you have stuff like Danger Zone, Prisma 1, Prisma 2, all these other cases that have significantly higher unboxing numbers, so I was like, I'm just going to stay away from the CS20 when I can just get the Prisma 2 or the Prisma 1 at a very, very similar price point, or even the Danger Zone. So that's another reason why I was staying away. But again, it does seem like obviously the unboxing numbers don't matter that much, because it seems like the supply of the CS20 is a lot less, because if we go to something like Steam, we can see, first of all, just how little of so many of these cases are in the Steam market, which is really crazy to see, and is obviously why some of these things are increasing and everything. But if you see the listing we have for the CS20 case on Steam is like 5,000, which is really, really, really low. Again, for 200,000 of them being unboxed in a month or whatever. And if we go and try and find something like the Prisma, we can see 19,000 for the Prisma 1, and again, Prisma 2, we must have already went past it. I didn't see it though. And the Prisma 2 at 17,000. So again, there are a lot bigger supplies and listings and stuff like that. So yes, the unboxing numbers overall for the CS20 are lower, but obviously that has not stopped it. Like I said, this most recent spike is really ridiculous, going from $1.70 to $2 in a couple of days. That's insane. I don't really even know why that happened. Doesn't really make a ton of sense, but still, past year up 260%. The CS20 case has been going absolutely insane. I am happy that I finally do have a little bit of exposure to it in a small position in the CS20 case, obviously, but thankfully, it's not like the CS20 case has been taken off while other cases have been sitting by the wayside. All cases have been doing very, very well recently. The snakebite case, I believe I have around 4,000 of these overall. This thing is up 45% in the past month. And this is another one that went from 64 cents to 76 cents like in the past week. And again, the snakebite case is up 311% in the past year. Absolutely insane. I mean, I assume none of you have like any other better investments or very, very few, many other better investments in any walk of life. That's up 311% in the past year. And again, snakebite case is one that people have been talking shit about because it's a bad case, bad skins, bad golds, whatever. But hey, the proof's in the pudding. The numbers are there. Also, the recoil case up 29% in the past year or in the past month. Another one that's going very, very crazy right now. I think I have like 1,500 of these, so that's cool to see. Fracture case, another one that people are going to be comparing to the recoil a lot because it's going to be interesting to see which one is removed from the active duty next, if and when that's going to happen. Still, fracture case doing very, very good as well, up 21% in the past month. Danger Zone, that other case, CS20, we're talking about it breaking that $2 price point. Danger Zone, another case that is just kind of recently getting that $2 price point, trying to break above it, trying to hold above it. Right now, sitting at $1.98, but it has been, at or above that $2 price point recently, and still it's up 25% in the past month. That's very, very good to see. The Prisma 1 and Prisma 2 cases, they're up 7% and 14% in the past month. These are kind of those next cases where I'm looking for them to make that jump up to the $2 price point. They're both a little bit below that $2 price point right now, but I think they will definitely be able to get there. Prisma 2 case is a case that I'm the most heavily invested in. Again, it's up 184%. Hasn't been the best case, but still, I'll take 184% gain on my biggest position. If you do that, consistently, you're going to be making a ton of money. This is something that I've been very, very happy to see. Prisma 2 case has been absolutely killing it. We obviously have the two cases in the Armory right now, being the Fever case up 11% in the past month. In the Gallery case, up pretty much flat, up 1% in the past month. Still, we're kind of waiting for something to happen with the Armory there. And then we have a couple of these cases that are a little bit more expensive, but some of the ones with the better unboxing numbers, stuff like Spectrum 2, we're going to look at with a 300,000 unboxed in the past month, Chroma 3 with 277 unboxed in the past month, and Operation Breakout with 287,000 unboxed in the past month. All very, very cool to see. But the Spectrum case actually flat in the past month, so maybe, an opportunity to pick up these a little bit while all other cases are kind of pumping in price. You have a chance to pick up the Spectrum 2 at not a discount, but before it kind of takes off and goes crazy like the rest of the cases. Chroma 3, again, it's also kind of flat, but again, at that $5 price point, it's a little bit more expensive. And then Operation Breakout, very, very, very expensive at $12.75, but still up 20% in the past month. So cases continue to go crazy across the board. Obviously, the month of June is wrapping up. Today's June 30th of the day I'm recording this, and we've seen 36 million cases unboxed in the month of June. This is down a little bit from May, where we had 39 million unboxed, but again, overall, anytime you have 36 million unboxed in a month, we will absolutely take that. That is absolutely fine. The the numbers, the math, all that stuff is still there, meaning that we are absolutely decimating the supply we are seeing of the rare drop pool cases. So that is very, very good to see, and that is why all these cases continue to go up in price. And again, we are still seeing these insane, dramatic jumps like we saw with the CS20 case, where it just kind of skyrockets out of nowhere. And I think we're definitely going to continue to see stuff like this as long as the unboxing numbers and the fundamentals of all this stuff does stay the same. So again, like I said, I hope you guys have been invested in cases. I hope you guys have been making money, because I've been talking about cases for a long, long, long time now, and they just kind of keep going up. They keep going crazy. I was wrong about the CS20 case, but like I said, I am still invested in it a little bit, and I'm very, very happy to be wrong about it, because as one case goes up, all of the cases kind of go with it. So yeah, I wish I would have owned more CS20 cases, and I was kind of wrong, but I do kind of understand what's going on now, and hopefully I'll use that information to learn and grow and make better investment choices in the future. But either way, cases are going crazy. I'm happy for anyone who was invested in the CS20 case, and yeah, hopefully we keep making money. We'll have to wait and see. But pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.